So, Thursdays with Penny. Hello, and it's a new year. And I'm very excited at the start of this new year to be interviewing and talking to the expert, Costas Michael from Balance Books. And I've known Costas quite a while now, and I've got to really admire his skills over that time and also like the man, which to me is really, really important. So before I introduce you to Costas, I'll just put a little bit of framework around what Thursdays with Penny is. Over the last 22 years of working with small businesses and having quite large networks around the world, a lot of people ask me, who can I recommend? And it's a really difficult one because obviously I haven't consumed every great supplier in the world, but I find it really hard to recommend people if I don't really know them, if I don't know their integrity, and I don't know that there's a passion that sits behind what they do. And I think anybody that knows me well, that's very important to me. I like people to be really genuine and authentic and kind. And whilst everybody's in business to make money, we've always believed, Thomas and I, that there should be more to business than that. However, in saying that, in my book, I talk about my money monster. And I call myself an accidental entrepreneur, which I did for many, many years. And I think like many small business owners or entrepreneurs, they have an idea, they have a passion, they have a sense of purpose. Actually learning business skills sort of comes almost secondary to that. And whilst Simon Sinek says, start with why, I agree, but I do think we need to also start with some really core business skills. Otherwise we trip up. There's also a great feeling of control in your business when you have some particular skills. And to me, my big shift in business happened when I started to really respect, value, and work with an accountant, and also learn the skills that meant I understood my cash flow and understood the responsibilities of being a business person. So to me, this is a really important interview with Costas. And I'd now like to just introduce you to Costas, but explain a little bit about who he is. So at the moment, he's sitting there quietly watching and listening to me, which is really kind. But Costas joined Balance Books in 2010 and was appointed the director of that in 2012, reading economics at UCL, which sounds quite phenomenal to me, and completed his degree and then joined a city of accountants. He has got an extensive knowledge of commercial accounts and amazing empathy and understanding of the small business world. And so if you can imagine anything that helps a small business owner stay sane and sleep at night, but also have that sense of control and excitement and vision in their business, that's what really makes Costas tick, and why I've become really close to him and been recommending him as well. So Costas is also married, a lovely wife and two amazing children. And he's also pretty fit, goes to the gym quite a lot, which is rather exciting. So, Costas,
yes,
welcome.
Thank you, Penny. Hi, everyone, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And of course, we're going to be recording this video, and we've got three sort of core questions that we've decided is really important for small business, which I'm going to sort of plow into in a minute. And I think, you know, what we've come up with these because we sit in this mastermind together and we sit amongst 11 other business owners, and it's really clear what their pains are, isn't it? And certainly you've contributed so much to the group around that. So when a business owner comes to you, and I know that there are a lot of people come after they've been trying to tackle their own accounts, don't they?
Yes. So
what is that shift where they think, right, I really need an accountant, and what's that process like for them?
I think the shift comes in one of two ways. And those two ways center around time or understanding.
Yeah.
From a time perspective, everybody knows that business owners are very, very busy people, as are you and I. Always wanting more time, and it's something that, you know, they're not making more of. And typically, your business owner that prepares their own books and accounts has to do so alongside servicing their own clients, running their own business, doing the whole juggling act, which is no easy task. And that often means that they're working weekends, working evenings, and that can get quite tiring and quite frustrating. So they'll come to us when they realize, I just don't have the time for this. I could be spending my time, on other ventures, doing other things, simply relaxing and spending time with friends and family. So I think that's one real reason that they'd come to us. Second reason is something goes wrong. So they're doing their accounts, and either the person preparing their year-end accounts, or in the worst cases, HMRC will come along and say, no, this just isn't good enough. This just isn't right. And that would be another reason to come to us. Whatever the reason is, we're here and we're happy to help. And ultimately, you see a shift, and they're a lot more relaxed. And what you see is that their time is freed up for them to concentrate on running and growing the business, which, to be fair, is what any business owner should really be doing.
Yeah. So I think when I think about myself and my journey of being a owner of 2 previous sort of scalable companies and now running my own small business, which is more containable, the word fear comes to me a lot. And in an ideal world, we all want to live in sort of love almost. We want to love our life, love our business, love our clients. And I think there's a lot of fear associated with money. And that's why I called it my money monster. Because I think until you start almost having the courage to properly look at your accounts, I don't think you really are a proper business owner. I know that's a very bold statement, but I can only talk from my own point of view. And because so many of us start business, but a lot of us were crap at maths at school, and we see accounts as numbers, and we therefore fear it, as I say. And so I know you've sort of implemented lots of systems, and what I have really realized about you is you really overserve your clients. That's the thing that I've been really fascinated by. Tell me a bit about, when somebody joins you, what's this sort of process they go through to let go of their own control of a mess of numbers? Maybe it's even a bag of receipts. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you said overserve. To me, it's not overserving. It's serving clients in today's world. I think it's the way clients need to be serviced. And obviously, we all know and have heard and have seen from television adverts and tube adverts, packages like Xero and QuickBooks coming along, which actually provide the facility for bookkeepers and accountants to now give kind of real-time information. And that's where I think our industry is heading, and that's where I think a key area that accountants and bookkeepers can add value to their clients. So in terms of the process, typically clients would come to us, haven't had any kind of extensive knowledge about these new weird and wonderful systems which the rapid change of technology in the industry has enabled, and we're set those systems up for them. We now only exclusively work with online accounting packages, so that we can service our clients in the way they need to be serviced. Kind of recommend but not push that associated apps are utilized by our clients so that they can deliver records and paperwork to us quicker. That means we can process the records quicker, means we can deliver financial information and advice to them quicker. So that bag of receipts, virtually non-existent with our client base.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. And I've been through that journey, and I absolutely get what that's like with you, because now I don't have an envelope to send to my accountant at the end of the month to you, or it's heaven, because it's just being done, as you say, in real time. But what I find amazing about that is it actually frees up the time for the relationship with the accountant to actually look more strategically at your numbers. So what do your clients discover about their business once they've got those sort of real-time accounts that are so accurate?
Okay, so I think overall what they discover is they can make better decisions quicker. And we review on an ongoing basis. So we're providing constant financial information and drawing constant conclusions from our clients' figures on an ongoing basis.
Yeah.
In terms of what those conclusions are, every client's different. So the conclusions we'll be drawing will be very specific to those clients.
Yeah.
But I mean, to give some examples, which I see time and time again and resonate with most business owners, I see the illusion that cash in the bank means profitability issue cropping up quite a lot. A lot of business owners kind of are under the assumption, okay, so if I've got cash in the bank at this present time, everything's okay. The cash can be drawn, it's mine. And in many instances, that's just not the case. I mean, presenting them with a simple set of management accounts on a frequent basis, which would include a balance sheet, may indicate that, well, hang on a minute, yes, there's cash in the bank, but that's only because you haven't paid all of your creditors, or you haven't considered creditors which are going to be up and coming in the future. So that's the first thing I'll say. It really kind of hammers home what money is the money of the owner and what is not. And that's very, very important in business. Another thing which I see frequently is people that do their accounts often do them almost last minute for a specific purpose. For example, because there's a VAT return imminent, so we've got to get the VAT return done, or it's the end of the year and we need to do the tax return, so we've got to get that. So it's almost for that purpose rather than properly analysing what the figures are saying. So as an example, we may produce profit and loss accounts split by geographical region or department, something a business owner by themselves wouldn't think about doing. And where we've done that in the past, we've actually seen owners take the decisions to abandon product lines, or in some instances, close geographical offices. Now, they've actually said to me, had we not have had this information, we would have carried on and lost money on these products or regional locations. Thank you very much. Those are just a couple of examples, but I think across the board, it's the fact that with up-to-date relevant information, decisions can be made and profit saved.
Yeah, I think that's really powerful. And, some of what you say, a lot of people will listen to it and think, well, that's only applicable to maybe a larger company. But actually, one or even a two-man band, a tiny company, when you have that clarity, it gives you confidence about your figures. And then if you can even do some of that modeling and project forward on a cash flow forecast, which I know we're hot on, it's phenomenal the decisions you can make going forward when you can see the actual position. But I just think accountants like yourself give massive peace of mind to the business. And as you said, time at the beginning. So what other sort of scenarios? So I know, for example, one of the scenarios that people have when they haven't been managing, or they've sort of closed their eyes to this world and they've just done it on that, oh crumbs, I've got to get a VAT return in, or they've done that panicked self-served area. I know too many people, for example, put their tax on the Never Never. They put it on a credit card because they haven't allocated for it. What are some of the other sort of painful experiences that you've helped people get out of when they come to you?
I mean, to be honest, the key one, especially working with SMEs, is the tax angle. The fact that, as you say, a lot of people end up putting the tax on the credit card because they haven't adequately considered how much they should be setting aside throughout the year. So what we do is throughout the year, we give them an indication of what tax liability is building up, so that there's no nasty surprises. On the other side of it, however, we've come across clients who have been overconfident in the strength of their business and in the assets that they've got, and almost taken decisions to expand where they really should be consolidating. That they haven't got a full grip on their liabilities, although they know what their assets are. And for that reason, our involvement has kind of stopped them from making a decision which wouldn't have been sustainable in the medium to long run. So yeah, every business does vary, but again, the key point is without the financial information there, and without someone who can accurately convey what that information is saying, it's often a non-starter.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier, I'm a big fan of Xero. I'm a Xero user, and you mentioned earlier, these applications.
Yes.
One of the things I've witnessed over the last 2 or 3 years that worries me a little bit is people thinking that they can be their own accountant because they've got their own software.
Yeah.
And it's a very powerful tool, Xero. There are lots of things that we could do if we had the skills and the knowledge behind these tools. But I think the layer that you as accountants provide, well, for me, I feel that you give me massive peace of mind as accountants to know that as I'm inputting stuff and I'm sending my invoices and I'm taking photos of my receipts, I just know everything else taken care of. And I'm not going to get myself into trouble. But I really honor the skills that the hours and the years that you invested into the skills that you've got, and the team that I can see behind you, this whole team that sits behind you working with you. So, I'm all for your sector. And I have to say, I think it really is the big shift between somebody playing at being a business person and being a business person is when they truly understand their numbers and work with somebody like yourself. So you can see Thomas has just appeared in the office behind us.
I can see. Hi, Thomas.
Happy New Year.
I've really enjoyed this, Costas. And I feel that anybody that takes time to listen to this will get a lot of value out of it. How would they get in touch with you yourself, Costas? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
So you can either fill in a contact form on our website, www.balancebooks.co.uk.
Right.
You can call my admin team and ask for me directly. Just say Costas about potentially becoming a client.
Right.
The number 0208 371 5111.
Brilliant.
Or you can send me an email, Costas, COSTAS, at balancebooks.co.uk.
Brilliant. And well, thank you for what you've shared with us today. I really appreciate it. And to anybody listening, I don't know whether it's touched a nerve with you, but what I realize is that I went through a lot of times when finances felt a little bit scarce. I was scared to delegate because I felt like I needed to keep all the money in the business. But I think that you'd be surprised it's not that expensive to actually get these professionals working with you. And I know that your time as an expert and as a business owner is going to be spent a lot better when you've got a partner like Balance Books by your side. So thank you very much, Costas. And
Thank you very much, Penny.
look forward to seeing you very soon.
Indeed. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.